A very good evening. Welcome to UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Kyomugisha, joined by Mugalu Muhammad on sign language. Thank you so much for watching UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. Today, the State Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees, Lilian Aber, has urged youth to take a look at the often overlooked minor causes of climate change, emphasizing the critical role individual actions play in mitigating its devastating effects. This was during the media cocktail event organized by Environment Parliament to unveil Citizens' Environment Compact.
Climate change remains a threat to humanity and health, retarding progress on global health.
Detailed explanation. I think now most of us have an idea of where this conversation is headed.
During a media cocktail by Environment Parliament, State Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees, Lilian Aber, said the ministry is integrating youth in disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation into national planning.
But what we're discussing today is to see how we can mitigate more on the man-made disasters. So that means if we pay attention to our environment, then we are able to, avoid some of the challenges that we are experiencing now as disasters.
A renowned expert in climate change, Professor Sarah Sally, highlighted the need for prudent policies and well-informed community action to mitigate the effects of climate change.
Pay attention to the aspects of global capitalism and exploitation of the environment. This whole thing of science is harnessing nature and forcing nature to respond. So a river was here, we change it there. Those are all problems we are taking.
The conference also featured panelists who shared experiences in implementing climate action initiatives.
While there is rural electrification, we cannot say that every household in Uganda has electricity and therefore they should transit into electricity because maybe charcoal or wood.
And then there is also a challenge. We as youths, one of the main things that we have noticed is we do not have capacity. There is that huge lack of capacity.
When it comes to climate action, and in the case of us in Uganda, is that it's important that we have agenda action plan.
And if you look at it, that the energy transition plan, it's more of like a copy and paste of the context from another part that may not necessarily apply to our Ugandan context or our African context.
Benon Mokwaya, UBC News.
On this 20th day of September in the
Medics are concerned over the increasing non-communicable diseases during the health camp organized by Luzira Lions Club of Kampala, Victoria. The head of Luzira Health Center 3, based in Luzira Upper Prison, Dr. Emmanuel Kisame at Luzira Maximum Prison, said obesity, diabetes and hypertension are taking a toll on many.
High blood pressure, diabetes, HIV are taking a toll on citizens, raising a major concern for health experts. Members of Luzira Lions Club of Kampala, Victoria have organized a medical camp to screen staff at Luzira Maximum Prisons of non-communicable diseases. The organizers, led by health team at the prisons and Ministry of Health, screened the staff for diabetes, HIV, obesity, high blood pressure.
We have come here as members of Lions Club to check staffs of prisons for diseases like diabetes, hypertension, HIV, and body weight. We are checking the body mass index.
The head Luzira Health Center 3, Dr. Emmanuel Kisame, was concerned over the prevalence of obesity. He urged citizens to get screened and start drills.
This kind of condition is because of a poor lifestyle. We are eating a lot of sugars. We are static. We don't do exercises. We are taking a lot of fine sugars, a lot of posho, a lot of cassava, a lot of big supper. When you eat a very big portion of supper, then it won't, because you are going to sleep, you are not going to use that sugar. Then that sugar will end up being deposited in the body, and in the long run, you are going to be declared diabetic.
Victoria Luzira Lions Club President Engineer Huntington Nsubuga appreciated the tireless service of the prison officers.
I want to thank the Commissioner General of Prisons for granting us this permission to visit the prisons and to screen the staff, because we understand that the work that they do is crucial to the country, but also it's very demanding, and it's usually the askaris may not get time to do some of these screening processes.
Members hailing from the Eastern Diocese of Jinja, Toro, Kotido, Mort and Soroti converged to St. Gonzaga Nalia Sub-Parish to fundraise for the completion of the Catholic Church. The main celebrant, Reverend Father Paul Sekayala, advised Christians to support God's work. Take a look.
Of St. Gonzaga Nalia Sub-Parish Catholic Church is constructing the House of God. The parishioners are sponsoring the multi-billion project. There is also a plan to rally members from regions of their origin to raise funds for the construction. In his sermon, St. Gonzaga Kamali Parish priest Father Paul Sekayala challenged everybody to offer service whenever called upon, underscoring humility and kindness to attract God's blessings.
Especially those who are in most need. Those who are in most needed, that's why we translate to humility. And as we translate our humility into service, we encounter God and we encounter each other. May we always know that greatness is in encountering those who are in need, especially at the lower level.
The chairman building committee, Dr. Simon Kasasa, says this method of resource mobilization through clusters of origin has promoted unity.
It brings services closer to people, because people used to go to Namugongo, we're in Chuatule, people used to go to Untinda, Christ the King, Imakere. But now, the impact to this community, people have actually now become closer. They know each other. We know our neighbors, which never used to happen, as you know, urban areas. It's like actually the churches bring us together as people who are residing within the same community, which I think to me is an advantage. And actually, we are thinking about setting up an association.
The head of laity, Bernard Bidon Bosco, says the project will cost 1.2 billion shillings.
To encourage first our Christians, and we encourage them every Sunday to give us whatever they can. We encourage them to give. There is no amount that is small, and there is no amount that is big, but together we will get to the destination that we desire.
Downed in attires depicting the Karamojong culture, the choir animated in English, Ateso, Japadola, Alur, Luganda, Runyaktara, and Samia Lugwe.
In more stories, the Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Lupo, has reassured Russians and Belarus investors of the government's commitment to support them so that they help Uganda to steer its socio-economic development agenda. She said Uganda values the comprehensive cooperation between Russia and the Republic of Belarus and would deepen cooperation built on solidarity, mutual respect, peace and security. Speaking on the sidelines of the Eurasian Women in St. Pittsburgh, Alupo told Her Excellency Natalia, the chairperson of the Council of Belarus, that Uganda is pursuing a transformation agenda to lift our people out of poverty and expand opportunities for prosperity. She also said that Uganda is ready to establish cooperation with Belarus in technology transfer, particularly in agriculture, agri-processing, and motor vehicle industry development. During another bilateral meeting with the Speaker of Russian Federation Council, Valentina, Vice President Alupo invited Russian cooperation in the health sector, tourism, air transport by establishing direct aviation links with Russia, cooperation in energy, peace and security. The Vice President commended the Russian government for our willingness to always share technology with Uganda, adding that Uganda needs appropriate technologies to help the Ugandan women enhance their production capacity. Busia NRM youth leaders have reconciled to focus on mobilizing for the upcoming National Independence Day celebrations due in Busia. They aim to generate support for the candidature of General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni while also working to reclaim the NRM party's victory in the 2026 general elections. Take a look.
The NRM Youth Chairperson for Busia District and the Resident City Commissioner for Nakawa Division in Kampala, Edwin Benessa Mangeni, emphasized that in Busia during the 2021 general elections, National Unity Platform performed relatively well compared to NRM.
As leaders of the party in this district, we gave in our all. There could have been some shortcomings that may have affected our performance in the previous elections, but we have all accepted to bear our hatchets as party leaders and see to it that we intensively mobilize for the forthcoming independence celebrations here in Busia. The other one is that we have generated consensus. One, that we support the candidature of General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in 2026. Two, is that we must reclaim our victory here in Busia at all costs.
Some youth say the opposition's success was largely due to internal divisions within the NRM. It has been a key driver to reconciliation.
You realize that Bobby Wine had 47%, against Museveni who had 46%. But we came and sat down and did an analysis and realized that much as the win was of a little margin, but it's on record that we had never lost here as NRM. And the biggest problem was in the internal system of the party, here at the district level. We realized that the structure leadership had issues here and there. One, that the structures were torn by flag bearers of most of the members of parliament. They split these people into two that left us divided.
Auma Irene, a female district youth councillor, highlighted several challenges faced by the youth in Busia.
Corruption has denied so many opportunities to get services which they would have got, because when you look at Busia district, more so when it comes to service deliveries like opening of roads, we are doing badly. But as councillors, as leaders, when we really dig deep, you can really see that most of the money are being diverted and most of the works are shadow work.
Ruagula Arem, the NRM district administrator, urged the youth to rally behind the NRM and mobilize others for the Independence Day celebrations and the 2026 general elections. Key resolutions from the meeting included creating an environment that enhances the visibility of youth leaders, fostering mutual support and coordinating efforts for a more effective mobilization campaign in Busia district.
On a sad note, friends, family and relatives have gathered in Nakwera in Wakiso district to celebrate and send off the late son to Sir Gordon Wavamuno Joey Wavamuno Chima, who died on Saturday 14th September 2024. The government of Uganda was represented by Minister Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa, General Katumba Wamala, Balambarugahara, among others.
Losing a beloved one is the most saddening moment in life. Uganda's top business mogul Sir Gordon Wavamuno lost a son, Joe Wavamuno Kaima. Friends, family and relatives have gathered in Nakwero in Wakiso district for the send-off of Joey Wavamuno. Born in 1966, Joey was the eldest son to Wavamuno.
Customers and colleagues alike felt his warmth. Joe turned service into friendship, making everyone feel seen and valued.
The send-off service was led by the Namirembe Diocese Bishop, Right Reverend Moses Banja.
newankubadde nga munaffe agenze emirimu gye agikoze ffe tusigadde tusobeddwa katunulire era tuyimuse amaaso gaffe eri Katonda oyo.
At only 58 years of life, Joe's candle burnt out on 14th September 2024 when he collapsed in a bathroom while overseas.
Myself and Gilbert will spend most of the days with him, but set up a very good team, especially in managing the companies. So we really have a gap in what we're doing in terms of the business.
Addressing mourners, his siblings painfully narrated how tough it was to inform his father about the abrupt death of his son.
Then it was Dora, really frantic. Tells me, Elvis, your brother has fallen. I said, he's fallen where? In the shower. I said, how? She says, he's fallen, his hair is not breathing. I said, are you sure? After that, I told Dora, keep quiet, keep calm. At that point, I was figuring out how do I handle our father. So I drove all the way, and I met him in his bedroom, and I told him Joe has passed. So he told me, okay, what do we do? Sort of his mind flipped.
Chris Rakasese addressed mourners on behalf of Wavamuno's longtime friends.
We have lost a son. We have lost a firstborn. Such a lovely fellow. Very civil. Polite. Even when he annoys you and you come charging on him.
The Deputy Katikkiro of Uganda, Robert Wagwan Sebirwa, Central Government Ministers Dr. Baramba Lugahara, General Katumba Wamala and Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa attended the burial ceremonies.
Kusasira na kusabira ekizibu kyazze naye guma nga bw'obadde ng'omumya guma Mukama yamanyi enteekateeka ze zonna. Jo ebali kutambula bulungi nga bw'otambudde banga liwadde ttono myaka egyo mimpi naye you have left a mark.
Sir Gordon Wavamuno is not only a business mogul, but also the Honorary Consul of Hungary to Uganda, the status which has earned him eulogies from all corners of the country and world. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Hello, this is MTN. We are currently in Nakaloke, Mbale District, Bilari Nursery and Primary School. We are here to award a winner, and our winner happens to be Mubaraka Hadija.
Naine mukwano gwange ne mugamba konti aba MTN bankubidde esimu ne bangamba nsasudde school fees era ndi muwanguzi. Nadamu nangamba nti aba bafere. Nze ne mugamba nti naye babanga bafere. Bangambe bagenda kujja school fees wange bamuleete. Kandi ndo olunaku olwo banaaba baleeta school fees awo njoke nzikize nti si bafere. Abazadde abali eyo mbagamba beeyongere okukozesa MTN Momo okusasula school fees w'abaana baabwe bajja kuba bawanguzi nga nange weepangudde olunaku lwa leero.
Abantu bawangula *165*80# osasule school fees. Kozesa ne Momo app osasule school fees.
Together, we're unstoppable.
To help businesses recover from the impact of COVID-19, government introduced a tax amnesty through a waiver of interest and penalty on outstanding principal tax as at June 30th, 2023. Accordingly, URA has since July 2024 been implementing this waiver. To benefit, simply pay your outstanding principal tax by December 31st, 2024, and the waiver is applied automatically upon payment confirmation. This amnesty applies to domestic taxes, namely income tax, rental tax, payee, and others. Grab this golden opportunity today. For more, use the platforms displayed.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Hey kids, we're going to count today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enjoy 5 ways to love your baby, smoothen and protect your baby's skin with 5 new gentle formulations. original to nurture your baby, aloe vera to protect your chibubu skin, cocoa butter to comfort your pinku, mild scent to soothe your little one, and avocado to soften your buju skin. Available in all supermarkets, retail shops, and cosmetics shops near you. Move it, baby jelly. All day confidence.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda. Indomie Instant Noodles, Uganda's best-loved noodles.
The Ministry of Health informs the general public that there are some cases of Mpox detected in Uganda. The ministry, working with partners and affected district local governments, are doing their best to contain the situation. The signs and symptoms of Mpox are body rash, fever, general body weakness, headache, sore throat, nasal congestion or cough, and swollen lymph nodes. You can prevent yourself from getting infected with Mpox by avoiding close contact with people who have been confirmed to have Mpox or who have signs and symptoms of Mpox. Avoiding touching or sharing personal items like beddings, eating utensils, phones, or other belongings of a person who has the signs and symptoms of Mpox. Avoiding contact, including eating, with all wild animals, alive or dead, especially those known to carry the virus, such as rodents and monkeys, and those that appear sick or have been found dead. Getting vaccinated if you're among those who have been identified to be at high risk of Mpox infection. Mpox is treatable and usually goes away after 2 to 4 weeks. However, it can be severe, causing even death, especially among children, pregnant women, and those with other health conditions. For more information and support, contact your nearest health worker. Call the Ministry of Health's toll-free line on 0800 100 066 or send a free SMS to YouReport on 8500.
Namunkekera Agro-Processing Industries Limited, NAPIL, presents the Namunkekera Liaoshen Industrial Park Trade Show and Bazaar under the theme Celebrating Local and Foreign Investment on Friday 27th to Saturday 28th September 2024 at Kapeka Industrial Park starting at 9 a.m. Entrance is free. Are you a business person, school, or consumer of authentic Ugandan products? Don't miss this chance for incredible discounts on premium items like ceramic tiles, electricals, garments, shoes, bags, TVs, agriculture tools, dried mangoes, and pineapples. Guests of honor are Minister for Investment, Honorable Evelyn Anite, and the Chief Coordinator Operation Wealth Creation, General Salim Saleh. Come and enjoy Uganda's top artists. Would you like to exhibit? Call 0783 293 348 or 0757 896 914. Kapeka, the center for all your quality products.
Welcome come back from that short commercial break, Minister for General Duties, Justin Kasule-Lumumba, has urged managers at all levels of the Microfinance Support Center to uphold patriotism and dedication in implementing the Emuga Presidential Wealth Creation Initiative. She was presiding over the graduation of over 150 staff members from the Microfinance Support Center at the National Leadership Institute in Changwanzi. The training was on transformational leadership and practical skills.
At least 160 junior and senior staff from the Microfinance Support Center have undergone a transformational leadership training at the National Leadership Institute in Changwanzi. Dressed in army green combat uniforms, the staff were in different platoons where they showed results of training, including gun handling, shooting drills, and mindset transformation. Minister for General Duties Justin Kasule-Lumumba presided over the pass-out. She challenged the Microfinance Support Center to provide innovative solutions on the financial challenges faced by communities.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has simplified everything for us by offering leadership, most importantly, giving us peace and security. Once there is tranquility, you can think and you can work. Once it's not there, you will not work.
Kasule-Lumumba emphasized strategic thinking in implementing socio-economic transformation programs.
But can you think for the others? Can you think for the institution you are leading? That individualistic tendency in you must come out of you if you are to lead. And if we are to benefit from you as an individual, but also as an institution.
The Minister of State for Microfinance, Haruna Cheyune Kasolo, encouraged the staff to ensure communities access timely and affordable credit.
But if God has given you a chance to be in an office, to serve Uganda, to serve your country, please serve. Because there are many people that have not been given a chance to exhibit their talent to serve. If you feel you can't serve, you leave that office, because there are so many people out there who are willing to serve.
Senior administrators from the Microfinance Support Center were optimistic the acquired skills would enhance financial inclusion, empower communities to achieve financial independence.
Of course, is a critical component of our broader strategy to build strong community financial institutions that serve the needs of their members,
but also have unlocked insights into Uganda's vast geographical and economic potential, laying the groundwork for transformative growth.
Other training modules at the Institute included revolutionary songs, physical fitness, and promoting a corporate culture within the microfinance industry. The government has emphasized community-driven initiatives in its fight against poverty and unemployment. Ana Francisco, BBC.
In more stories, road construction on the Dokolo-Soroti Highway passing through Soroti Main Street has encountered delays due to demand for 100 billion Ugandan shillings in compensation for the affected city residents. This has prompted State Minister for Works and Transport Musa Echweru to inspect the project and assess quality and progress. Take a look.
This road project stretches from Tororo through Mbale, Soroti, Dokoro, Lira and Kamdin. The project, undertaken by Motangil, Uganda, is funded by the World Bank.
I want to thank the community, first of all the way from Lango to Tororo, who have continued to respect the road reserves. The road reserve is a property of government. Once government clears, it's property of government. Nobody is allowed to go and occupy it, to put an investment in it.
Minister of State for Works and Transport Musa Echweru, members of the Parliamentary Committee on Physical Infrastructure and officials from the Uganda National Roads Authority inspected the project to assess the progress.
However, there are some few unscrupulous people who will always want to get into problems with government projects by going to occupy what is a road reserve, or you go and plant there your business. That is not very good. That's not very good. That's not good at all.
Residents of Soroti City are demanding 100 billion shillings for compensation.
I am very impressed with the work that I saw between Lira and Kamdini. Like the technical manager of the project said, they are about 60% done with the progress. We are really very happy, and this is music to the ears of the committee.
Maruzi North County MP Nelson Okello, also a member of the Parliamentary Physical Infrastructure Committee, noted that the contract of this road project will expire on October 31st, 2024.
The contract was awarded to Motor Engine in 2 lots. Lot 1 begins from Tororo up to Soroti, but Lot 1 was also divided into 2. Lot 1A and Lot 1B. Then Lot 2 from Dokolo up to Kamdini. But we have observed very good progress from Kamdini up to Lira. Then from Lira up to Dokolo.
A report on the road project and compensation challenges will be presented for debate in Parliament.
Uganda Coffee Development Authority wants coffee farmers in Bugisu sub-region to stamp out old coffee trees for yield improvement. UCDA board chairperson Dr. Charles Mugoya, the board's evaluation and monitoring exercise of the coffee subsector in Bugisu, that stamping that enhances productivity.
Coffee is no ordinary commodity in Uganda, a source of livelihood for more than 1.8 million Ugandans. In Bugisu, near every homestead, you'll find coffee trees, underlying the significance of the crop in this region. During the evaluation and monitoring exercise by Uganda Coffee Development Authority to assess the coffee growing status in the region, findings show that the area has got many old coffee trees which need to be revamped by stamping in order to enhance their productivity.
The region has a lot of old coffee trees, and these coffee trees are not as productive as they should be. So one of the findings that we have made, and we are going to make a recommendation, is to be able to spread an extension messages for the farmers to stamp their coffee so that we enhance the production.
On ground, coffee sector in the region is booming. Many companies have opened up in the region, and many farmers are joining the sector, earning livelihood from these gold seeds. However, challenges like inadequate coffee processing facilities, unpredictable climate change, few coffee roasters, and less domestic coffee consumption still hamper the business.
Ugandans are not coffee drinkers. It's like they produce and they send it away. And by the way, we are encouraging that culture to grow so that Ugandans can begin enjoying coffee.
The eastern region is a key coffee production area for the country. That's number one. The second finding is that it produces specialty coffees. Coffees that come from this Mount Elgon region are very special in the sense that they form a special taste and cup, and therefore they have very high market potential in terms of pricing. So the prices that farmers here get from their coffee is normally higher because the premium is from premium coffee.
Some of the areas visited by UCDA include Bugisu Cooperative Union, Serra Coffee Farm, Karamogosi in Strongo District, National Coffee Research Institute, Bulambuli District Local Government, Mbale District Local Government, among others.
One of the issues is the access to international markets and also capacity building in barista training and quality assurance, of which we believe that today's relationship with UCDA will be able to have capacity building.
Coffee remains a viable cash crop in this country, and many farmers who have talked to, they say that they are reaping great financial returns from this crop. Crispus Arinitwe here in Bugisu sub-region.
Thank you so much, Crispus Arinitwe in Bugisu sub-region. Chapati, a staple widely consumed in Uganda, often contributes to environmental degradation due to the heavy reliance on charcoal for its preparation. Recognizing this, Starbucks International with Sunrise Chapati Makers and Sellers Association has initiated a mass rollout of gas-powered stoves aimed at transforming the way chapatis and Rolexes, which is also a popular street food, is cooked. Take a look.
This chapati cooking gas stove is not a new innovation in town, but an invention that, if rolled out across the entire country, will promote eco-friendly cooking practices. The introduction of gas-powered stoves is expected to conserve Uganda's forests, protect the environment, and promote healthier cooking conditions.
As you know, chapati is greatly consumed in Uganda, and therefore it's one of the #1 foods that we have here. So to have gas stove replacing the charcoal stove is a very big mileage to us. And we are part of this process, and we are pledging to roll it out all over the country. And we hope that each and everybody comes on board, and each and everybody is able to embrace this initiative.
James Baganda, the chairperson, Sunrise Chapati Makers and Sellers Association, echoed these sentiments, noting that the country faces significant environmental challenges, particularly with the widespread deforestation caused by the production of charcoal.
As the problem with my members, some are ignorant about the technology. So they think that once we are using charcoal stove, it is the only source of energy. Yet it is a threat to our lives. That charcoal stove is ever causing heat to our bodies, which at times cause a cancer to our stomachs.
In an effort to make gas stoves more accessible, Starbucks and Sunrise Chapati Makers and Sellers Association will offer the stoves on higher purchase terms.
We are going to give you gas at higher purchase.
We lack funds, and we are here. We managed to get that machine, but it is quite expensive. You can't afford it at once.
Whoever is involved in the chapati business, we will be giving you gas on higher purchase through the Sunrise SACCO and through the chairman, so that you can be paying in installments as you are using and you have already acquired the gas, so that we have no reason as to why we still cling on charcoal.
Charcoal production is the primary destructor of Uganda's forests. This initiative aims to mitigate deforestation and ensure a more sustainable future. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
Starbucks gas.
Yes.
Away from that, the Uganda Revenue Authority is actively enhancing its tax education campaign in partnership with the Church of Uganda, leveraging sport activities to promote awareness and engagement. At the Men's Sport Gala, organized by the Fathers Union of the Church of Uganda in Kampala, the Commissioner General of the Uganda Revenue Authority stressed the need for collaboration between religious institutions and the taxman to bridge the gap with the public.
While officiating at the Men's Sports Gala in Kampala, organized by the Kampala Diocese, the Commissioner General of Uganda Revenue Authority said that through partnerships with the Church of Uganda and other religious institutions, Uganda Revenue Authority aims to bridge the gap between the tax collection body and the public.
We believe that physical fitness is a prerequisite for a healthy body and a healthy soul and a sound mind that can drive prosperity and business.
Religious leaders in Uganda are often seen as influential figures in their communities. By promoting tax education and compliance, the Commissioner says they can help to foster a culture of accountability and civic responsibility among their congregations.
And we are moving out. This is a starting point, but we are moving out to all the other churches and all the other religious groups. We'll be meeting the head of the Catholic Church, we'll be meeting the head of the Muslim community, we'll be meeting all the other religious leaders so that we can build our country together, as our theme says. we can only succeed in the development of our country when every person comes on board and contributes their fair share of tax.
The sports gala was organized by the Fathers Union of the Church of Uganda in the Kampala Diocese with the aim of fostering unity and brotherhood among the men in the church.
We have come together for a men's sports gala, and the theme of this sports gala comes from 3 John chapter 1 verse 2. And our theme says, holistic fitness for family wellness. You see, as we do that, we are not only getting fit, we are having great fellowship as men, and together we are demonstrating the love of Christ for one another.
This collaboration between the Uganda Revenue Authority and the Church of Uganda highlights the role played by religious institutions in the economic development process. By harnessing the power of sports, it is believed that many Ugandans can be reached with the vital message, every shilling counts and every citizen has a role to play. Nahoho Rashid Matselede, reporting for UBC TV at Makerere.
We've come to the end of the bulletin of this hour. Do join me later on at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language. Stay tuned for more programming coming to you on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda.
UBC, Inspiring Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Maskari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, Inspiring Uganda.
UBC, Inspiring Uganda.
My name is Dr. Ekore John Robert. I'm the medical superintendent of Kapchora Hospital. I've been here for some good time. I must take this opportunity to welcome you again to Kapchora. Yes, for this very important activity where we're inspecting the projects that are being done by the UPDF Engineering Brigade. Yeah, the UPDF Engineering Brigade has been here since mid last year when they were given a contract to construct the oxygen plant for Kapchora Hospital and also to construct the theatre, for the operating theatre for the hospital. The project entailed construction of, as I said, the the oxygen plant, plus also a generator house that is going to power that oxygen plant. So the project has been there so far. They have finished 12 months since it was handed to them. And the structures that are already in place here is we already have a generator house which is already in place. We also have the oxygen plant house that is already in place. Then we have the theater. The construction was supposed to be done in phases, phase 1 and phase 2. In phase 1 we're supposed to have completion of the oxygen plant, then plus the phase 1 of the theater. Phase 1 of the theater included construction up to the roofing level. The rest of the internal fixes and the finishings are to be done in phase 2. So far as we speak, the oxygen plant is almost complete. According to the engineer in charge, he says we're about 80% with the oxygen plant. The only thing left is the installation of the components for the oxygen plant. The generator house is also almost complete. It's only just left the installation of and the wiring only left so far for the oxygen plant. The theater they have done so far phase 1 up to roofing, as we can see around.
Lieutenant David Tracy Gomwe, the site engineer here at the Kapchorwa General Hospital. We are doing construction of the oxygen plant, the powerhouse, and the maternity ward. Actually, we are doing it in phases. So the powerhouse, it is at 98%. The oxygen plant is also at 98%. Then the theater is also at 99%. So we are doing it, the theater we are doing it in phases. The phase 1 is almost done, as we have had the progress.
Previously we have been having a challenge of space, especially the theater, where the theater is small. The one we have been operating and the one functioning now, it is small and it can only take one patient at a time. So yet the population is big here in this region. The population comes as far as the neighboring districts. There is Buko, there is Kwen, then we also have Bulambuli, and sometimes this side of Amudat. So all that population gives pressure to our theater services. So you find there is a queue of patients who need to be attended to from theater. So you know, when there is a queue, there are emergencies, there are certain things that will definitely happen. Fatalities are likely to happen. So with the coming of this theater, which is big enough to accommodate more than one patient at a time, the public really should celebrate, and as a hospital we are really very appreciative to Ministry of Health and Government of Uganda and UPDF, who are now constructing the theater, that they are giving us a special theater that is going to match the demands of the population.
We started here the construction on 27th July 2023. The duration of this project was 6 months. We are progressing on well. The total amount of this project was 977